You're listening to Rebel Spirituality with me, Sam Goldfinch. Here's the truth. Wisdom doesn't follow rules. So each week we're going to explore what it means to wake up your way so you can live a more peaceful, creative and inspired life no matter your circumstances. It's time to blaze your unique path to truth. Hey Rebel friend, just a quick reminder that there are new and exciting Rebel adventures coming the end of September, October, around then. So if you want to be amongst the first to know about it, just hit the link in the show notes, get your name on the waitlist, and I'll email out and all that kind of stuff. Feel free to reach out and ask me any questions or anything as well. All right, I think that's it. I'll hand you over to me. Hey Rebel, so I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. I've got a bunch of ideas around, trying to be a ninja to stay in the present moment, or, do we need to practice being present all the time? Because I think this is one of the messages that we can get along the way. I know I did, particularly kind of early on in my, air quotes, spiritual journey. And what strikes me is I'm not actually sure that's all that helpful. There's definitely a time and a place for practicing mindfulness, if you like. And in the way that we might kind of practice meditation, and then we kind of realize, wow, I can notice that my attention's on my thinking, and wow, I can see what it's like to have my attention on my body, or to have attention here, right, in this moment, and just to kind of notice the feeling tone of those different states that we can be in. I think there's validity to that. But the idea that some of us seem to get, that we need to kind of constantly be on guard, we have to try and be living constantly in the now, and if we could do that, then we would access this state of endless peace and we'd never get caught up and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure that that's the most helpful thing. It's not like any of us actually decides to get caught up, right? It's not like, say 10 minutes from now, you're going to get caught up on a story for a while, and you didn't decide that. It's just the movement of consciousness, right? Consciousness, who you really are, can knowingly know itself. It's like the light of consciousness shining upon itself, and it can also know a story or a thought or many other of the objects in consciousness. And that's a relationship that's worth seeing, because for a lot of people, they haven't seen that actually. They haven't realized that they're constantly thinking and that they're feeling the repercussions of being identified or caught up with their thinking. And so there's a real validity to that. But what's infinitely more helpful and powerful and leveraged, I would say, than attempting to be a ninja to stay in the now all the time, is knowing that you can't fuck this up. It's knowing that you are now. It's not about being in the now. You are the now. The now is constant. You've never been anywhere other than now. It's just another way of talking about your true identity, who you really are. The now isn't something that you're dialing into. It is you. And the reason I mention that is because for me, back in the day, I would read these spiritual books and I would find myself present. I'd disidentify from some of the junk that had been in my head or whatever. And I would think, wow, I've got it. Wow, I feel content. I feel at home. I feel at peace. This is it. I just need to stay here. And if I can, then I'll be able to feel like this all the time. And I was equating those feelings with freedom. And then the moment, maybe I'd stop reading the book or listening to the podcast or the series or whatever it was. And at some point there'd be a movement of life and I'd feel uncomfortable, or I'd kind of get caught up in my thinking, and I'd interpret that or make meaning of it. And I'd say, I've lost it. It's gone. I'm missing something again. I'm lacking something, or there's something wrong, basically. And there wasn't. It was just the feeling of being caught up in my mind. And I didn't realize it was subtractive. I didn't realize that I was kind of, who I really am was just being eclipsed by that identification. And I also didn't know that I couldn't lose it. I couldn't fuck it up. Like any moment that we wake up and we're like, God, I was away with the fairies for a while there. We're right back here in this moment. Where else are we going to wake up to? The dream is in the mind, right? And then we wake up to being here. And so I just wanted to kind of share that, because I think it's actually a very, very powerful thing to come to know and to come to see that there's nothing at stake here in that sense. The irony is when we know that, we tend not to get caught up in judgment. I can remember a good few years ago now, I was in Poland actually, and I realized I kind of was, getting ready or something, and I realized that I'd been really caught up, in my mind for a while. And then this judgment voice came in that basically said, what the hell, Sam? Like, you've been practicing mindfulness and meditation, and there you are caught up. Like, what's wrong with you? And I don't know if I'd even caught that voice before. And I was like, how funny. Here in this very moment where I've actually just recognized who I am truly again, and here I am present, then that judgment voice comes in. Now, if I identify with that, then we'll get caught up again. And so actually, the beautiful irony is, the more we start to realize that we can't mess this up, the less pressure it feels like there is, the more we come to see that it's not a movement from lacking something to becoming whole. It's that we're always whole, and sometimes we can get caught up in believe in a thought that would lead us to think otherwise. And I didn't see that for years. I didn't see that pattern for years. I thought it worked the other way round. And so that's really, really worth seeing. So there's a time and a place, and like we all have our own wisdom around meditation and all these kinds of things. And, it's sometimes it's really, really helpful to just realize, oh man, I was really, really caught up there. But it's even more helpful to know that you're not missing anything, and that it doesn't matter how long we get caught up for. The moment we wake up, we're right back here where we've always been. All right, Rebel, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon.